So now we have two objects, which is cat as well as dog. Now both inherits from the class animal. So I'm going to explain about the concept of polymorphism. So polymorphism involves two types of operations. One is upcast, another one is downcast. So I'm going to explain about upcast first. So we have a parent class as well as a child class, right? So converting from the child class back to its parent class is called upcasting. So let's say we have a variable animal, we can actually assign it to cat, because cat, it comes from the class animal. So this is called upcasting, which guarantee 100% success rate. And we can also convert the dog, which will also guarantee that is 100% success rate because of this inheriting from the class animal. So this is called upcast. Another operation in polymorphism is downcast, whereby we convert the class from the parent class down to the child class. We can do that by using this cat tool equals to casting back to cat, right? Animal. So this is called downcast, which not 100% success. So why is it non 100% success when you want to convert the parent down to the child? It's because maybe, so your, let's say animal 2 comes from dog, right? So you cannot simply convert the dog from cat. So this is illegal, because the animal, it comes from the class dog actually. So when you try to do like something like this, you get a runtime error where you reach an exception that dog cannot be cast to cat. So this error occurs because the animal 2 is come from the class dog, and dog has a different behavior to cat. Although they have the same parent, but the child class itself is an individual, which they do not belong to other child classes. Yeah. So this is upcast and downcast. So I'm going to demonstrate to you now what is the example of usage for polymorphism. Yeah. So polymorphism is exceptionally useful when you want to store different type in one array. Well, you can see here, animals equals to new animal. So now I have an array of animals with 2 spaces. Now I can actually do something like this. Animals 0 equals to cat. So regardless of all these things, right, I'm assigning the array number 0 to cat, as well as array number 1 to dog. So now I can do the looping actually. So animal in animals. I can do animal dot run. So we can try what will happen. But like this, you can actually store them in one array with a generalized class. There's a parent class animal, and they will invoke their respective method. One is running, another one is cat running. So cat is running, then running. Well, this is one of the usage of polymorphism, where we can store, like, for example, we have a parent class fruit. We can store it inside an array. Inside there's a child classes. There's, for example, apple, orange, and so on and so forth. So it's really useful to use this concept when you want to make a collection of different classes. Well, that's for polymorphism. Well, let me think if I have other things to talk about this. Oh yeah, so the trade-off for polymorphism is that when you are, so for example, I have an animal, cat animal equals to new cat. So Doraemon also. These two things one is of the class cat, another one is of the class animal. So the differences is that, for example, I have a anything equals to anything. So I have a variable anything in the child class. I can do system.out.print line cat.anything, but I cannot do cat animal.anything. So this is illegal. Why? Because this is of the class animal. This variable, although it comes from the cat, but it's of the class animal actually. So we cannot access to the variable or the method that only the child class have. So for example, I have another method down here. When the class of the cat is animal, I cannot actually access the method already. So in order to access this, I need to cast it back to cat. So something like this. I need to do a parenthesis. So before I do any operations, I need to cast it down. Yeah. So this is okay. So because I cast back the cat animal to cat, and I can access the variable already. So this is a trade-off of polymorphism, whereby you limit the usage or the power of the instance already, because the instance now cannot access the child class unique behaviors. I mean the unique methods as well as the unique variables. But you gain more flexibility in terms of like I mentioned just now. Yeah, it depends on use case. So if you want to do a collection of different types, yeah, it's good for you to do the casting. Just that remember, upcast is 100% success, whereby downcast you have a tendency to fail. So you need to use, for example, you can use like instance of to ensure that you have an if condition here, like if animal2 is in an instance of cat, then you cast it back down here. Yeah, you need to do exception handling for casting. Downcasting, upcasting is perfectly fine. But that's it for polymorphism. I hope you understand the never mind lah. Any problem, then you feel free to discuss with me. Yeah, I'll try my best to help you. See ya.